possible greatest bout in WWE in almost a decade to take place between Roman Reigns and The Rock. Nonetheless, according to Matthew Rehwoldt, there isn't a huge need for a megastar showdown to take place at WrestleMania 41. Aiming for the undisputed Universal Championship and the head of the table were goals that The Rock mentioned earlier this year. But those intentions were altered, and at WrestleMania XL, Cody Rhodes finally deposed the tribal chief, completing a long-running plot. Matthew Rehwoldt, aka Dan English, discussed the prospect of Roman Reigns and The Rock facing off at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas on Rebooked Wrestling. Rehwoldt said during their talk that a championship bout is unnecessary since a narrative has built between the two since the Philadelphia event. The Rock's revolutionary return to the Stamford-based promotion earlier this year included a significant change. After a while, the People's Champion turned into WWE's final boss and joined forces with the Bloodline to take on Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Following this, the group demanded that the American Nightmare and the Tribal Chief square off at WrestleMania XL, but there was a catch. The Rock and Roman Reigns won their first tag team battle together at WrestleMania XL, defeating Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. The organization is situated in Stamford, Connecticut. The American Nightmare defeated the Tribal Chief, but they couldn't stop the Tribal Chief from winning in Philadelphia. Cite Rebooked Wrestling and provide a shout-out to Sportskeeda Wrestling if you use any of the article's quotations. To WWE fans, the long-awaited bout between Roman Reigns and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has long been a fantasy match. The two superstars stand for two different periods of WWE and the illustrious history of the NY wrestling family. In the ring, Roman Reigns has transformed into the Tribal Chief and is now reigning as the undisputed Universal Champion, while Hollywood superstar The Rock is still widely considered to be one of the all-time greats in the sport. This long-awaited matchup might finally happen at WrestleMania 41, according to Dutch Mantel, a former WWE star turned commentator. What's even more shocking is that there aren't any big conditions linked to this suggestion. This bout was highly anticipated by fans at past WrestleManias, especially 39 in Hollywood, but it was never implemented due to The Rock's schedule and the circumstances surrounding Reigns' strong narrative. Instead, the highly anticipated main event had Cody Rhodes against Roman Reigns, with Reigns ultimately retaining his championship. Nonetheless, according to Mantel, WrestleMania May 41st provide the ideal setting for this ideal match. By that point, WWE would have had plenty of time to plot out the event, coordinate schedules, and create enough mystery to attract a huge audience to their yearly flagship show. The interaction would be much more genuine, according to Mantel, if there were no stipulation. It would remove any distractions from the emotionally charged theme of family pride, history, and domination by doing away with regulations and gimmicks. Beyond their shared family tree, Roman Reigns and The Rock have a shared storyline based on the struggle to establish dominance within their illustrious wrestling family. The head of the table persona serves as a platform for Reigns to assert his dominance over the whole NY family. Among them are Solo Sikoa, the USOs, and The Rock. The feud seeds have been quietly cultivated for a while now. While WWE has supported Roman's assertions of being the unchallenged head of their family, The Rock has hinted at a possible return to the ring for the purpose of straightening out Reigns. At WrestleMania 41, the encounter might be presented as a struggle for supremacy and ownership of the family name. When something as profoundly personal is at risk, a condition is unnecessary. Whether it's a retirement clause, a no disqualification rule, or the championship at stake, wrestling bouts sometimes include conditions. Nevertheless, Dutch Mantel's recommendation that this confrontation not include such elements is a valid one. 1. Unadulterated wrestling narratives. There is no need to add unnecessary complications to a bout between Reigns and The Rock. Just reading about the conflict between generations, egos, and family pride is riveting. Adding formalities like a title or set of rules could dampen the intensity of the rivalry. 2. The Rock is self-explanatory. Some worry that WWE's current roster would be overshadowed if part-timers like The Rock return. Nonetheless, WWE may protect the efforts of other wrestlers vying for titles by removing a title from the discussion. 3. Booking flexibility. You have greater leeway to express yourself in an unrestricted match. Based on fan response, WWE might adjust the plot to include a clean win, family involvement, or even a cliffhanger to prolong the conflict. And very well-planned buildup is required for a match of this size. Under Triple H's leadership, WWE's creative staff would have to seize every chance to build tension, create hype, and tease the rivalry. Assuming this scenario plays out. 1. The leader of the tribe announces the Great One. With his self-assurance skyrocketing by WrestleMania 41, Roman Reigns may begin to assert that no one, not just in WWE, but even in his own family, can oppose him. He could claim the title of greatest NY ever while writing off The Rock's legacy as unimportant and out of date. 2. The unexpected arrival of a Rock. Picture the riot that breaks out in the stands when The Rock's soundtrack rips during a Royal Rumble or SummerSlam. An in-person showdown between the Great One and Roman would be enough to thrill spectators and build anticipation, no physical altercation necessary. 3. Separated families. WWE could take things to the next level by bringing in other family members, such as Solo Sikoa and the USOs. A complex and emotionally charged plot would emerge as each participant took a side. The stakes are great in this match, regardless of whether there is a title or not. In terms of Roman's rule, this may serve to further establish him as head of the tribe. His status as a family patriarch and one of WWE's all-time greats would be further solidified with a victory against The Rock. A triumph would be a potent symbol of The Rock's lasting impact and his capacity to compete at a high level despite being 44 years old. This bout would be a huge moneymaker for WWE, increasing their memberships, pay-per-view purchases, and ticket sales. Although this matchup is highly anticipated, WWE would face many challenges. The schedule of The Rock. The Rock's availability is often up for debate due to his status as one of Hollywood's top actors. It may be challenging to schedule this match due to his movie obligations and other endeavors. Restrictions on movement. The Rock may lack the agility and stamina of his younger self at the age of 44. To maximize his abilities and minimize the risk of injury, WWE would have to pace the bout accordingly. What fans anticipate. One would expect nothing less from a contest of this quality. In order to keep fans' expectations in check, WWE would have to put on a show that is as exciting as the build-up. If this monumental confrontation takes place at WrestleMania 41, it will be a watershed moment for WWE and its superstars alike. As a tribute to the NY dynasty, it would also serve as a poignant reminder of wrestling's power to evoke strong emotions in its audience.